From the moment John proposed on 2/22/2020, I knew I wanted our wedding to be as intimate as possible. From the decor to the wedding dress, I planned to make everything from scratch as much as I could because I didn't want to have any regrets about the one and only wedding I hoped to have. Thankfully, I didn't have to search too far for the perfect dressmaker because I'd already met her nearly 10 years ago in sociology class. Her name was Michelle. She and I immediately clicked because we shared a similar sense of humor. In class, we would often exchange confused glances at each other and suppress our laughter when we learned something silly about society. But I would always remember Michelle sketching dress after dress in that class. And sure enough, after we graduated, she became a full-blown fashion designer. There's no question about it. Meeting up with Michelle at a local cafe to dream up a wedding dress together was the most ideal scenario I could think of. We first decided on a 3-in-1 dress, a detachable floral train for the ceremony, a detachable midi skirt for the reception, and the bodycon dress for the after party. After that, we got to work. Michelle brought me to her favorite fabric shops at the local fashion district, and we carefully chose each layer of this dress together. It was mesmerizing to see how many options there were. I allowed myself to just have fun and not think too much. I just had a feeling things would work out better if I just let go a bit. That was a good call because, well, you'll see. After the fashion district, we made our way to the flower district and handpicked each flower for the train. It was all a dreamy experience. But then, as I was filming and taking photos, my tripod gave way and this happened. Little did I know, this was the beginning of a lot of unforeseen events. After fixing my camera, I decided to do something extra neat for the dress to make up for the mishap. I bought real pearl oysters in hopes of sewing each unique pearl onto the dress. But it turned out that John was actually allergic to oysters, and he ended up in urgent care. Then, the pandemic hit full force. We considered putting the dress on hold indefinitely because we didn't even know when the wedding would take place. Eventually, John and I came to the conclusion that we would rather have a small wedding now than wait until the pandemic was over to tie the knot. The dress was back on track. Except this time, we simplified it into a 2-in-1 dress to fit a small balcony wedding. If there's anything I've learned from this journey, it's the virtue of letting go. We could have all the great ideas in the world, and the resources and grit to get it done. But even the most well-prepared perfectionist can't mitigate all the risks. There will always be blind spots and interruptions to our great plans. Like C.S. Lewis said, the truth is, of course, that what one calls the interruptions are precisely one's real life, the life God is sending one day by day. This year turned out to be quite the interruption for most of us around the world. My wedding journey is just one measly example of what could go wrong, but this is still nothing compared to the pain and chaos that so many of you experienced. Some have lost their loved ones, others lost their jobs, and still others their sense of community. One minute you're excitedly planning for the best year ever, and the next thing you know, all is lost. The suffering in this season is unlike anything I've ever seen, and the world truly deserves some room for grief. But please take heart, because no matter what you've been through, or what disaster you're dreading, there is one person who knew it all before it even happened, and he is going to walk through it with you. His name is Jesus. You see, before he even existed, Jesus already had you in mind. He loved the thought of you so much that he personally handpicked each fabric of your being and knit you together in your mother's womb. No matter what interruptions you've gone through, are going through, or will go through, he knows it all, and he will walk through it with you to the other side. All you have to do is let go and trust his process. Drop your shoulders and relax your breathing. See how it all comes together beautifully, interruptions and all, when you let him work with the broken pieces of your life. I'd love to say the serenity prayer with you, if that's okay. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as the pathway to peace, taking, as he did, this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that he will make all things right if I surrender to his will, that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with him forever in the next. Amen.